Hey friends, Lee Brown here, and welcome back to my kitchen, my rules. And yes, this is our new Mr. Rogers style opening. And no, do not tell PBS because they'll try and charge me royalties. You know how those people are. They get your tax dollars and waste it. You heard me, they waste it. I need to melt 3 tablespoons of butter, so that is what we are going to start with while we fix the best summer dessert ever. And if you are from the South, then you know that the most amazing thing to drink in the summer is at the Whataburger, and not those imitation ones in Texas. The Whataburger here in North Carolina, where you can get a Cherry Lemon Sundrop. But we're not going to make a Cherry Lemon Sundrop today because I do not know how to make soda pop. We are going to make a Cherry Lemon Icebox Pie. And so to make that, we need 3 tablespoons of melted butter. This, by the way, doesn't require very much cooking. So hey, right? This just requires time. I know. So this is for what y'all are going to eat tomorrow. See, planning ahead is one of the beauties of life. I don't think that's melted yet, so let's give it 10 more. And as you know, we're going to have to set our oven to what? And I can hear you through the camera, 350. You want 350 because what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick pre-bake on the crust. We're going to put the filling in, and then you're going to set it in your outside refrigerator, because you know that your house came with an extra refrigerator that you put beer in, juice boxes. And so you can also put your icebox pie in there. That butter is very stubborn because it's good butter, you know. So let's give it 10 more seconds. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm melting in tiny increments instead of at one giant long stretch, y'all, if you're not familiar with it, if you start to melt your butter at one long stretch, it will get so hot, it will explode and make a giant mess, and I do not care to clean my microwave at the end of a day, all right? So 10 seconds at a stretch, and shazam, we are melted. So here's what you need to make this crust a reality. First, we need a bowl, which I could have planned for, but y'all know how I roll over here. You need 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs, and we have Honey Made. Why do we have Honey Made? Because that's what was on sale. And I don't go reading all the ingredients on things that I know are going to have sugar in them, because you know I don't want sugar where it does not belong, but it kind of belongs in graham crackers. I don't even know if they make a sugar-free graham cracker, but I can just tell you this, I don't want it if they do. So we need 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs. Now you can buy your own graham crackers and take out all your frustrations by putting them in a Ziploc bag and beating them until they are a pulp. And if that's you, then you do you. But when I'm trying to get this thing in the fridge so that I can feed some people, look, we buy the pre-bought ones, all right? So we're going to get our 3 tablespoons of melted butter and put in here. This is not complicated, y'all, and you can also buy a pre-made graham cracker pie crust. But why? You pay extra for all that convenience. And friends, this is therapeutic. See, y'all find it therapeutic to watch me. I find it therapeutic to do this. So let's make sure we have everything we need. Oh, we also need a little bit of powdered sugar. And oh, what do I have in this magic Ziploc bag? Did you know it matches my apron? What? And by the way, Dixie Crystals, this recipe should appear on dixiecrystals.com, where, friends, y'all can find a ton of recipes. Did y'all know that Dixie Crystals makes powdered sugar? They don't just make that granulated stuff or the brown that we keep using around here. So we need 3 tablespoons. If you didn't know, this is a tablespoon. I know y'all ate cereal with it. Cereal is actually not that good for you, but we don't have to have that discussion right now. So let's put 3 tablespoons in here of powdered sugar from the Dixie Crystals people. Did you know it's been around since 1917? Yes, you did, because you watch my channel like good people. And if you are dying to try some of the best sugar, you need to put that in the comments right now. If I need my Dixie Crystals or love my Dixie Crystals or whatever phrase you use, just use all caps and exclamation points, and we'll get you a coupon sent out, although we'll have to DM you for your address and stuff. And I'm not going to spam you. I'm also not going to offer you an extended warranty on your vehicle. So if you want some Dixie Crystals, that's all we're going to send you. I mean, I might try and sell you a house like my day job, but you know, don't be faulting me for that. Okay, so pretty easy. 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar mixed in with a cup of graham cracker crumbs, 3 tablespoons of butter. And you don't have to do anything fancy. You're mainly just getting it mixed in so that it's friendly. We're going to pour it in our pie pan. You do want a deep dish pie pan for this because the little ones just don't cut the mustard, friends. And then mush it down in here. That is a technical term, and I do hope your hands were clean. Mine were. I washed them like 3 times before y'all came on the show here today. I know it looked like I came in from work, but legit, I had been home for about 5 minutes, so don't be calling me fake news because I showed up a minute ready. So we're just going to kind of mush it around, get it nice and flat as much as you can so it should run up the sides. If you keep it too thick in the bottom, it's going to feel really, really cardboardy when you go to eat it, but some of y'all might like it that way, and that's fine. That's your kitchen, your rules. I know that some of y'all are free thinkers and free eaters, just like me, and that's why you should make sure you mash subscribe and go watch some of the other episodes, because this is how we cook over here all the time. Kind of make this up as we go. All right, so we're just going to let that sit while we wait for the oven to get heated up, and then once our oven is at 350, y'all, that's going to cook for just 10 minutes, and that's all you're going to do is throw it in for 10 minutes. So when it beeps, somebody give me the heads up, and I will run over there and put this in. The next thing you're going to need is fresh lemons. So please, just you know, humor me here. Do not buy real lemon. I mean, I know you have it in the fridge like I do for emergencies, but it ain't the same thing, okay? So, you know, just, you know, be smart here. And yes, I bought the pre-beat up Honey Maid, and I'm telling you to go buy some lemons, but we're gonna juice them, okay? Juicing lemons, not hard work. Again, lets your frustrations out. And size doesn't matter when it comes to lemons, but the juicer does. And I still love this old Pampered Chef one that I got several years ago. And thank you to each of you who has offered to sell me more Pampered Chef stuff in the process of me having my show here. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. If you did not know, the secret to getting all the juice out of a lemon is to roll it, right? So just roll it on here like you're doing Play-Doh. Y'all remember playing with Play-Doh? How good it smelled? But only the main brand, if you bought that cast-off brand they sell at the Dollar Tree, that didn't smell right. You remember? And Play-Doh smelled so good you wanted to taste it. And don't tell me you didn't. I know that. I know y'all are going to put in the comments, Lee Brown, I can't believe you tasted Play-Doh. You did too, you liars. So we're going to juice this. We need a cup of lemon juice, and so that's going to take you, of these little ones, probably take you about 10. If you have a larger lemon, maybe 6. But you know, you just keep on juicing them until you've got a cup of lemon juice. And here is where we would pause for a commercial break if we had a sponsor, but we've already talked about Dixie Crystals, and they're our main sponsor. I could be talking about the Honey Maid graham crackers. Y'all could sponsor me if you want to, Nabisco, but I'm pretty sure that I'm small potatoes compared to what y'all do. And my secret ingredient is coming up shortly here, but y'all can see it in the front of my screen, and that is Cheerwine. And I know that Drink Cheerwine is with me today. Hey, Drink Cheerwine, I know that y'all are awesome. You're going to love what I'm fin to do to make this a Cherry Lemon Icebox Pie, and I know that it's going to be featured on your websites and channels, and it will be featured on the Dixie Crystals channel, because did y'all know that Dixie Crystals and Cheerwine were born in the same year? Oh, it's like they're twins. Okay, now if you get a lemon in your patch that's got a little bit of brown on the end, here's what we're going to do, y'all. We're just going to slice it right off. See, because lemon is a natural acidic preservative. So why would you toss it out if it has a little bit of brown on it? Now, if it has grown a Santa Claus beard, all bets are off. You can go and throw that one out. And if you are the person who likes to compost, put this out in your compost pile. But also, lemon juice is magical for cleaning. So this is what I mop my floors with. I do not use any of those Murphy's oil soaps or the like. That is terrible for your floors if you did not know it. And I do borrow that from Charles Barkley because I do think he's amazing. But what you need to clean your floors is just warm water, a little bit of lemon juice, and a little bit of white vinegar, and your floors will be clean and they won't have that weird film to them that you get from the store-bought stuff. So there is your house cleaning tip for the day. Y'all did not expect that, see, but remember, I'm a child of Betty Feezer, and so I'm a big fan. I am halfway there, so here we go. We're going to use up this whole thing of lemons and a couple of my spares over there, which I had frankly set aside to save for making some more sour mix. If you are needing some sour mix for your summer margaritas, whiskey sours, amaretto sours, you need to go back in the episode list because my sour mix is the best ever, and it's thanks to all my years bartending. You will love it, and then you will invite your friends over and remember how wonderful it is to have fellowship. And that's why we make wonderful food, by the way. You don't have to eat all this by yourself. Some of y'all think, but Lee Brown, this is too sweet, too much butter, too much sugar. Yes, invite friends over and share it. See, that is the joy of cooking. And they don't tell you that in that big old cookbook, The Joy of Cooking. They forgot to tell you that the joy is in the fellowship We are about 1 lemon away. Oh, I have 1 lemon left in this bag. It's going to be a miracle from the Lord sun-kissed, and so I appreciate that. And we will always give the Lord credit where credit is due, and frankly, he gets credit all the time. So let's just get this one juiced, and then I'll have enough lemons for my sour mix. Yay! And I guess if I'm lucky, my amazing team will just tag that sour mix here in the comments for y'all so y'all can find it easily. All right, Shazam, 1 cup of lemon juice. Next up, we need to move some of this mess out of the way. Whew, y'all know I don't like to cook in a mess. All right, let's get a mixing bowl here. That one's not big enough. You need your large mixing bowl because you're about to make a mess. But it's a good and tasty mess, so humor me here. So the next thing we need are 6 egg yolks. So it doesn't matter if you're using the large or extra large. For real, when you're doing eggs and egg yolks, that size matters sometimes, but not as much as you might think. When you need egg yolks, you can get another bowl, like I should have been thinking doing while I was about to start talking about it. Get your spare bowl to hold your whites. And you know what you can do with those whites? Make a very tasty omelet and put some spinach in it, and then suddenly you'll be eating healthy by accident. So this is the trick for me on getting my yolks separated. I do use the egg shell. Some people do advise against that because they don't rinse their eggshells. I rinse my eggshells, y'all, so these are clean. You didn't see me do it because I did it before y'all came on the air. Let me move this bowl here for my friends to see on the action camera over here on the side. You know, they like the action. So we are going to crack it, open it up, hold the yolk on one side, and let the albumin separate. This probably is why some people become vegetarians, because y'all start to thinking about that Chick-fil-A chicken and egg sandwich and you feel like you're cannibalizing an entire species. All right, there's 2. And we need 6 of these. So one beauty of this particular recipe, y'all, is that you can pretty easily double it. And if you're having church homecoming or a family reunion, very easily you can double this recipe so you can feed a crowd. Because if you're going to feed one, just feed a bunch. Don't be listening when the government says you can have 1 friend over. Just don't lick strangers. That should have been our rule all along. Okay, so this one's got a pretty thick white to it. Let's go 1 more again here. And get that. I go 1 more. If you get a broken yolk, that's all right. Just keep on going. But the reason you keep your whites out, it changes the consistency. That's why we're going for yolks. So we're halfway there. This is an excellent place for the production team to make a little boring edit, because it's not that much fun to watch this. I guess unless you're into watching me separate eggs. Oh, this is my kids' favorite part. Timmy loves to crack eggs. Next thing we need after 6 egg yolks, you need sweetened condensed milk. Do not make the mistake of thinking that evaporated milk is your friend here. 2 different things altogether. So read your cans, people. And when you read these cans, you'll see one is from Publix and one is from Harris Teeter. And that is because apparently they were on sale at different stores at different times. Ha ha! So you need 2 of these 14-ounce cans. Because yes, this is a super healthy dessert. But I mean, honestly, if something's healthy, it's probably not really a dessert. Okay, so there's one. That stuff is so thick, I gotta let it roll for a minute while I get my can opener. I can multitask with this stuff. It's so thick. And what do they say about motor oil? It's got some viscosity to it. I don't even know what viscosity really means, but I guess it's got something to do with the drip speed. That has got to be what that means. All right. Let's let that go for a minute. Has anybody invented a one-handed can opener? Probably not, and they totally should. Now let's see if I can do this. This is going to get me extra points, and if I can do this without making a mess, y'all got to give me an extra like and an extra share, because that's pretty much proof that a working mom in the kitchen can do anything. Ha 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 ha! Take that. Condensed milk. All right. I feel like a genius now. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes that's the reason you cook at home, so you will feel like a genius on the days when you weren't sure you were a genius at all. Okay. And now one's about done and one's a little while to go. And actually, the Harris Teeter can's about done. Publix is trying to catch up here. We will have us a grocery store race. I don't know if you've got Wegmans. If you do, you're the luckiest son and so on the planet, because I wish we had a Wegmans here. But I would not have an Albertsons even if we had one, let's just be honest. That's kind of like a Food Line. All right, so then we're going to add this 1 cup of lemon juice. I'd just as well add it while they're continuing to drip. And to save myself that, second, it's such a time savings. All right, for those of y'all wondering why I'm not spatulaing this to get it out of the can, frankly, it's because I have my hands full now. Okay, just tell the truth. So we use the one I used for the powdered sugar. It ain't going to hurt anything. It's all going to the same place anyway, you know what I mean? So, all right. That's why I never have understood the people who like to separate their food on their plate. All your food's going to the same place, last time I checked. But anyway, here's where we're going to go with this. We got most of it out. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and whisk that in. Nothing super fancy, right? And then after we get this mixed in, we're going to add in the secret sauce to make it cherry lemon. Now you could stop here if you do not have cherry or do not like cherry, or you are a sad individual who lives in a part of the country that does not have Cheerwine, and maybe you live in Texas and you have Big Red. I think that might be an acceptable substitute-ish, but not really, because there's no substitute for Cheerwine. So let's see. We're going to get this whisked up. It is consistency perfect. So now, the amount of Cheerwine that you use, I'm using the syrup, which is available on their website only. I don't know why they came to the decision to sell it during the pandemic, but I'm ever grateful. I'm only going to use about a tablespoon of this. If you're using the actual drink, you'd have to use a little more to get the flavor in, but a tablespoon is about the right amount. And friends, on my camera here, move these whites out of the way that we're not using anyway. I've got it at a very light pink here, which is about right. Although, as a giant Cheerwine fan, I'm going to give myself just a wee tiny bit more, which means I'm probably using about a tablespoon plus a teaspoon. And you do not have to go get your red food coloring out of the cupboard, y'all. Just, put in the Cheerwine. Just go with me on this. This is amazing. All right, now you see we've got this lovely light pink color. So when our crust is done, it's going to have to come out of the oven. It's going to need to sit until it cools completely. So we're going to take a pause here, let our crust come out, let it cool, and I'll show you your next steps. Easy peasy. See you in a minute. So a mere 30 minutes to an hour later, depending on where you cooled it off, your crust is completely cool to the touch. It's so pretty, you're going to eat it. And your filling that you had already here, you're just going to pour it right straight into the crust. Oh, look, it's all ribbony, looks good. And that's really all you're going to do, friends. Now you're going to put it in the outside fridge or the inside fridge. I mean, you do you. Let it sit for at least 4 hours. It can also sit overnight. And then right before you serve it, we're going to make an easy little whipped cream topping, easy peasy. If you're feeling lazy, go ahead and buy yourself some Cool Whip, but I will show y'all how you can make your own whipped topping just as quickly in 2 shakes. You're going to love it. Watch it wiggle. That's the gelatin though. So there's the pie. Isn't that pretty? Okay, friends, now I know that some of y'all like Cool Whip. I eat it straight out of the container too. No judgment from here. But you're going to make a fresh whipped cream topping for this Cherry Lemon Icebox Pie. You need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm using Hood because that's what they had at the Harris Teeter. It looks like it's made somewhere. There's not even a location. Now hang on, that's suspicious to me. Processed at the plant. It says New England. I don't see a location on that. I'm suspicious. Oh, well, one of y'all going to have to tell me where Hood is from. Now, why do I know there's a cup in here? Because I've already used a cup, and this is a 16-ounce container. And friends, y'all need to teach your children some math skills, I'm just saying. All right, then we also need, what? You see my Ziploc bag again? Yes, this is the magical location of my Dixie Crystals powdered sugar. which stays in the Ziploc bag, frankly, because I don't like ants, and don't judge me, and I don't judge you if ants get in your house, because those little sneakers come in everywhere. You need 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and this is going to give it that Cool Whip kind of a sweetened flavor. Now, if you are the person who likes to leave it just plain old white whipping cream, that's what you're going to make now. If, however, you're that girl and you're like Lee Brown and you like a little bit of pink in your life, get yourself that Cheerwine, that concentrate, and again, a little dab will do you, just maybe a teaspoon or so. Put that in there. It's going to make it a nice frothy little pink, and then we'll have the pinkest of pink toppings. Get your hand mixer, put it all the way in before you cut it on. Y'all know this, right? Go slow until the sugar is all the way in, and then we're going to take it to a high speed, and we're going to go until we have soft peaks. And before y'all wait for me to make my tacky joke, you should know that's in a different episode. So if you want the tackiest version of Lee Brown, you're going to have to subscribe and like and watch all the episodes. And when you watch all the episodes, you will then get all of my tacky commentary, which some of y'all don't appreciate, but some of y'all love. And I know who my people are, and so do you. And by the way, if your mother did not tell you, I'll tell you, you don't have to love everybody. I mean, you do actually do. Jesus loves them. But you need to be kind to people. But everybody's not your people. I don't know why we're not teaching our children that everybody is not their people. And that's all right. I mean, that is all right. We do not need a world of homogeneity. We need a world of fun, different people who are different and get along. How about that? So we're just going to go at a high speed here until we get some soft peaks. For those of y'all that are wondering when will that occur, honey, you'll know. Just like when you fell in love, you knew when you knew. We will know when we know. So we're just going to keep going until it whips up good. And by the way, I just splattered in the floor. Lord, y'all know that's going to drive me crazy because you know I can't handle a messy kitchen. I'm just going to have to suffer through though because I have the camera running. Oops, I'm sorry, friends, on the B-roll over here. Let me cover that back up. And you'll see it generally takes 3 or 4 minutes. It doesn't take that long to create your soft peaks. When you get there, you're going to pull that icebox pie out of the refrigerator and just dollop this on top. And then if your family is like mine, you will suddenly discover that they like this better than any of that buttercream frosting. It is lighter, it is airier, it's actually much better for you because, friends, we know everything that's in here, right? We know that we've got Cheerwine, which is made in Salisbury, North Carolina, so that pretty much makes it perfect. And we've got Dixie Crystals, powdered sugar, and we've got some whipping cream from Hood. Somebody tell me where that's from. And now look, now you see what the peaks look like. See, it starts to hold its shape. And when it holds its shape, cut your mixer off, lift it up, see if it makes some little peaks when you leave it behind. That's your soft peaks. Now, if you're the person that likes hard peaks like you get in meringue, you can go a little bit longer. And you see now it starts to ribbon up. And frankly, this is one of those really nice kitchen experiments that you can do when you need to feel like you have accomplished something, friends. That's why you don't buy Cool Whip. Make your own. You will feel accomplished. We're going to dollop this on top and we're going to serve our family. And I hope you will enjoy this pie as much as I have enjoyed sharing this recipe with you. Make sure you're subscribing and sharing. And follow Drink Cheerwine and follow Dixie Crystals because they're my faves. And you know, we're family. We take care of each other. I'll see y'all next time.